All right. Woo! Real talk. Check this out. This is like take 75. No kidding. This trick has been painful. One of my favorite tricks because it looks super cool, but one of my least favorite because it is insanely hard to do. Blind reverse or the blind knife edge or the good lord, blind knife edge or knife edge reverse. That's what we're calling this trick. I've never seen it before. Again, another trick I've never seen before. I don't think I'm inventing all these tricks. I'm just sure I'm not seeing them on anybody else's channel. So again, I won't claim the trick. I won't claim anything. I'm just going to tell you guys how to do the trick. So first, you need to be really comfortable with the knife edge. So find a tight gap and get really comfortable rolling through the gap, either rolling left or right. You can do that a couple different ways. You can throttle blip and go through the gap as a float or a coast, or you can maintain throttle and drop it just enough to get you through it and staying on heading. To practice the blind reverse, oh my gosh, the blind knife edge or the knife edge reverse, you need to go through the gap and learn to blip the throttle and float through it. So pick a gap. I pick these two trees and just start practicing the throttle blip and floating through the gap. Now these bugs! One thing you'll want to start doing is giving yourself a little extra time before coming into the throttle. Reason being is this will give your trick a float look or a float appeal. That's what you're after. So throttle blip and wait, and then come into the throttle last second. Once you're comfortable with that, next step 2 will be throttle blip and look up at the top of the trees, and then return back on forward flight or reverse flight, and then bump into a bunch of trees like ping pong. So here we go. Throttle blip, look up at the trees, and then back down and forward flight. All right, do that 1,000 times. Once you've done that, next you're going to incorporate the roll into the pitch up to give you the blind knife edge or knife edge reverse. Now, like I said, you can come into it 2 different ways, or rather come out of it. You can come out in reverse, which then would be a true blind knife edge reverse, which would be that, and then you explode on the ground because you can't see anything behind you. Don't do that. The next maneuver would be doing the blind knife edge, but coming out in forward flight. So throttle blip and then roll back to forward flight on that axis. I'm going really slow so it doesn't look good, like flowy. But what you'd want to do is get some speed, momentum, and go into it blind, so you're actually like flying through, looking back at the trees, vertical. So again, you need momentum, throttle blip, roll and pitch up, and then return back to forward flight. That is what I'm calling the blind knife edge, the knife edge reverse, whatever you want to call it. I don't really care. You need to become confident with hucking your quad into a tree gap blind, because that's how you make the trick look good. So I'm actually hucking it through, not looking at the tree itself. It's basically flying towards them, throttle blip, yeah, and then hucking it blind, which is why I call it the blind knife edge. That's pretty much it, y'all. You see it. Man, reverse is hard, man. Boom, there you go, just like that. Knife edge reverse or blind knife edge. So throttle blip, you're gonna roll and pitch and then come out of it like so. Easy, right? Probably one of the hardest tricks I've practiced. Another tidbit, I downloaded 4.2.1, I believe, and I'm running RPM filters now. Man, I like it. At first I didn't really notice, but I recommend, if you're not running that, download it. It's pretty good, it's smooth, it's buttery. That's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed that trick. It's challenging, it's fun. You're gonna hate it. I hate it because all I do is explode, but get after it. Put it in your next video and let me see it. All right, y'all. Peace out.